Abusia yenchi na ema wakwa abaso so emfa wo emre ye be media GH so abusia ene ubowura mu ewo eye parliament ya de honorable Muntaka ene eye Reverend Ntim Fordjour abusia omodi abom denden ya nina efa eye this cocaine issue ya abusia beto dwa no this time round abusia parliament enye fa di agro chese omo afisi each other denden ya chese enya asem keto men person kasa wan pese ye kone kotie ne to dwa ewo eye parliament efa this cocaine issue ehona se wieda se ho adwenche bia bomoden na ya kire ya dwe hada so ye be media GH abusu be sra se obe subscribe e de amai boboy notification bell no so for more podcast update yenko ne nkotie nsem a Honorable Muntaka e ka kire eye Reverend Ntim Fordjour emrasesi a yedase.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise to ask the Minister for the Interior what steps the ministry is taking to reclassify Narcotics Control Commission as a security and intelligence agency, given their crucial and sensitive mandate as a drug enforcement agency. I thank you.
Yes, Honorable Minister.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the ministry firmly acknowledges the critical and sensitive role of the Narcotics Control Commission, NARCOC, in combating illicit drug trafficking and transnational crime, especially in contemporary landscape where drug trafficking syndicates are more sophisticated and globally networked. Mr. Speaker, during my working visit to the Narcotics Control Commission on 27th of February 2025, I underscored the Commission's indispensable function as not just a regulatory body, but as an essential frontline law enforcement agency. Considering the robust mandate and powers conferred on Narcotics Control Commission in performance of its function in accordance with the provisions of the Narcotics Control Commissions Act 2020, Act 1019, the exclusion of Narcotics Control Commission from the Security and Intelligence Agency Act 2020, Act 1030, Mr. Speaker, could only be an oversight that must be urgently corrected. Therefore, as Act 1030 is being reviewed, Narcotics Control Commission cannot be left on the periphery, hence the need for the reclassification of Narcotics Control Commission as a security agency whose inclusion into the Security and Intelligence Agency Act is not a matter of convenience, but one that is regarded as a national security imperative. Consequently, as the sector minister, I have made essential recommendations for Narcotics Control Commission to be considered as part of the proposed amendment to the provisions in the Act 1019 to be in tandem with provision in the Security and Intelligence Agency Act under review and in line with international best practices. Additionally, similar recommendations have been made to the Constitutional Review Committee to have narcotics control explicitly cited in the Constitution as a state security agency. The primacy of this agenda is key to the realization of the mandate of the agency. Unfortunately, the current exclusion undermines its operational capacity, especially in confronting increasingly sophisticated drug network. Mr. Speaker, however, the effectiveness of Narcotics Control Commission hinges on the entity being fully integrated into the national security agriculture without delay. And Mr. Speaker, I can assure that we are working at this. Thank you very much.
Any supplementary question?
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. I rise to thank the Minister for the Interior for the magnanimity in considering or taking steps to consider the review of the Act 1030, which will seek to overhaul the national security architecture and recognizing the importance of including Narcotics Control Commission or reclassifying Narcotics Control as a security and intelligence agency, considering that and conceding that it was an oversight for them to be excluded from
Honorable member,
declassified. But whilst I
Honorable
commend the
member,
minister for
you
that,
are clearly out of order. Order
out of,
88.7.
Mr. Speaker, to thank the
You
minister.
cannot address. You can thank the minister in a simple language.
Yes, so with your guidance, thank you, Mr. Right Honorable Speaker, for your guidance. I thank you and I thank the minister, and also to urge that whilst waiting for the overhaul of Act 1030, the rules provide, may I urge the minister to consider applying for the reclassification for the inclusion of narcotics control into
Honorable members, let's
National
proceed to
Security
question
as
number
Security and Intelligence Agency whilst waiting for the overhaul
6B.
of Act 1030.
Also
Thank you, Mr.
standing
Speaker.
in the name of Reverend Ntim Fordjour, Member of Parliament for Asin South. Please, you have the floor. The second question, B. B.
Now, Right Honorable Speaker, with the greatest of respect,
Speaker, I think we discussed, following the number of questions we had agreed that we will limit ourselves to one follow-up. And I have followed the member who had asked the question. And he was just about asking the limited follow-ups that he has. Just one follow-up. And Speaker, you appear to have truncated that. May I appeal that you allow him to
Honorable Chief Whip.
Speaker,
Honorable Chief Whip, you, the leaders, must guide me to do business in the House. Standing Order 88.7. And I read, a member in asking a question shall not address the House, raise any argument, C, offer an opinion. So whatever needed to be done is not in the ambit of the member asking the question. So strictly speaking, when you pose the question as stated in the order paper, you are entitled to a supplementary question. And the supplementary question must not be addressing the House, must not raise any argument, must not offer an opinion. So by the rules, if you have an opinion to offer, probably you may have to engage the minister.
yes, Speaker, with respect to you, I don't think this is a matter we should belabor. And Speaker, the practice in this House, 88.7, oftentimes colleagues have stood offensive of 88.7. And Speaker, by your guidance and wisdom, you have often guided colleagues to be mindful of that. And then on many occasions, we even urge members to either rephrase the question to be in line with the orders. So may I pray you that the colleague should be given, with the greatest respect, he should be given the opportunity.
With greatest respect to members, the first thing that I told the honorable member is that you are violating Order 88.7. That should prompt the member to ask a question rather than doing a narration. But constantly he has refused to take a cue. That is why I'm moving to the next question, also standing in his name.
He will take a cue. So may we revert to the first
strictly supplementary question.
And then he can ask his supplementary question. No.
So strictly supplementary question.
Yes.
So take a cue.
Right Honorable Speaker, I rise to ask the minister what steps he's taking to apply for reclassification of Narcotics Control Commission as a Security and Intelligence Agency pending the overhaul of Act 1030. Thank you.
Yes, Honorable Minister.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, because this is embedded in Article 83 of our Constitution, it makes it a bit difficult if you don't get the Constitution amended itself. But what the steps we've taken is I've gone to the National Security Council and I've made a case for Narcotics Control Commission Director General to be allowed to sit in as an observer so that he will participate in the national security meetings as such. And also we've taken steps to ensure that the Regional Security Council, they also sit as official, the same with the District Security Council, pending the amendments to the Act and getting the Constitution rightly amended. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. Honourable members, let's move to question number 6B. Also standing in the name of Reverend John Ntim Fordjour, Member of Parliament for Asin South. You have the floor.
Right, Honourable Speaker, I rise to ask the Minister for the Interior what steps the Ministry is taking to procure and install narcotics detection scanners at all critical and required checkpoints at the airports and cargo stations to replace the broken down scanners to ensure effective narcotics control. I thank you.
Yes, Honourable Minister.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, body and baggage scanners are vital tools in the frontline operations of the Narcotics Control Commission, particularly at the airport, where the concealment of narcotic substances has become increasingly sophisticated. Unfortunately, the current state of the broken down scanner at the key airport and cargo checkpoints significantly hampers effective narcotics detection and undermine national and international security efforts. Past attempts to repair the faulty scanners were unsuccessful due to severe technical challenges and the unavailability of critical components to service and operationalize the broken down machinery. To remediate this, a cost-benefit analysis was conducted by the ministry but determined that procuring new scanner rather than repairing obsolete equipment will be the most efficient and sustainable solution, particularly since new scanners are embedded with more robust technology that will make the detection more efficient. Mr. Speaker, recognizing the urgency of this matter, the ministry has made dedicated budgetary provision under the security sector retooling program to procure advanced body and baggage scanners to enhance the operations of the agency at the airport. These scanners are essential not only for improving the ability of Narcotics Control Commission to detect and intercept illicit drug, but also for aligning Ghana's counter-narcotic effort with international best practice in airport security and trade facilitation. Furthermore, Mr. Speaker, given the global security implication of narcotic trafficking, the Ministry, in collaboration with the Narcotics Control Commission, are actively engaging both local and international partners to mobilize additional donor support to expedite the procurement and deployment of these scanners. This intervention points to the urgency with which the government and Narcotics Control Commission are poised to achieving effective fight against drug trafficking at our airports and therefore demand the immediate replacement of outdated and non-functional scanners with modern detection technology. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Supplementary question.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Considering the fact that given the broken down scanners at the ports, narcotic substances could easily transit our ports and posing a significant risk to our collective fight to ensuring zero tolerance to narcotics, when can the ports be installed with effective and running scanners to ensure our ports do not become transit points for narcotics? Thank you.
Yes, Honourable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, yes, I acknowledge the challenges and the concern of honourable colleague, but you know the procurement process has to be followed. But what we are doing in the interim is that we are using these sniffer dogs, and each time we see substance that looks like drug, we try to get it to laboratories to test for